Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the first BlastCast of 2019. Lightning Dragon, of course, is here with me, and we got a couple things to talk about this week. Things are starting to ramp back up with CIG, and there's two big topics, if not the only topics they talked about this week. The first one, they went and showed some of the interior layouts for the truck stops. Looks like they're expanding them. Multiple floors, not just 2 floors, but could be 3, 4, 5, 6 floors. I love this idea. Hopefully they incorporate that and get rid of Port Olisar. I think, Lightning, you agree you'd like to see Port Olisar replaced as soon as possible?
Well, it's not as bad as it used to be, not after I've experienced Lorville.
Well, yeah, Lorville takes a little bit more work, to get around and all. But, Port Olisar was good for its time, but where it's difficult is if you're spawning in with a friend and say you're on pad A and they're on pad D, then you got to try fly over there or coordinate. The good thing about the truck stops is that everything's centrally located, so I would really like to see them replace that Port Olisar with a much larger version of a truck stop where we could all kind of start in the same rough central hub and work our way out from there. Of course, kind of being a Star Wars fan, I'd like to see them, well, I'd like to see if it's possible anyway for them to go as big as something like Kuat yards for shipyards. If you don't familiar with the books in Star Wars, that's basically the gigantic ship manufacturing facility. I would really love to see something of that scale. But either way, I love the truck stops, and I love to see how big they can make them.
Visually, I think they could do that, but you're talking about a ring around a planet. That'd be huge. I don't know if the game could render an interior that size.
I'd hate to wait on that train. The main thing we wanted to talk about today was the new maps that they showed that work with Mobiglass to let you see interior layouts or surrounding areas. I didn't mind the format, the kind of blue, I don't know, I forget which game someone said looked a lot like Metroid. It looked like Metroid Prime. And I haven't played that, so I can't say for certain. It looked visually fine to me. I like the fact that it shows things in your environment, like power boxes and whatnot. It appears to be anyway, from the icons I saw in there. And I do understand that it's Tier 0 implementation. What concerns me was them showing the enemies on the map. I'm not really a big fan of that. I'm not even a big fan of the radar where it shows it. I'd rather have something more like Aliens, where it gives you a rough direction of movement if something is moving and only within a certain range. It kind of destroys tactical movement to be able to readily know where everyone is. Now, once again, this just may be something they're developing as Tier 0. They'll mask over it or hide that information as it develops, but if it was going to show the enemies, I'd like to see that as you were to hack into a security terminal or security cameras and be able to display that information to your teammates. If you think about games like Rainbow Six, or if you want to go as a much faster paced game, something like Counter-Strike Go, what makes those games work really well in multiplayer is not knowing where your enemy is. It's the whole tactical back and forth, choke points and things like that that are created, and ambushes. Having too much awareness destroys all that. And I'm really hoping they rein that in. It doesn't really fit into the kind of world they're building. It feels like it belongs to a different game, in my opinion.
I pretty much just agree. I don't really have any great detail. I was the one, we were talking about this earlier, where it's the camera hacking. If they had strategic areas on the map that, would give you a camera, so your camera changes, or it gives you a screen display, so your entire team can look on it because they have that rendered texture thing that they've made. You could make that a lot better, because then you could have blind spots and you could have a back and forth. If both teams had some kind of hacker, they'd know, okay, well, you guys are in sector A, there's no cameras over in B, so go over there, because maybe they know they're being under attack or something because an alarm was triggered.
You just brought up something that makes me think of interesting counter gameplay. 2 hackers and opposing teams trying to out-hack each other to get to control of the system. Sometimes I dream too big.
Yeah, that could be something they do later down the road, but just giving us all the information right away in a permadeath game and not an arena kind of all-in-one kind of shooter thing, it doesn't really blend very well, taking one of your phrases.
Yeah, it wouldn't blend at all, actually. And that's all. As I know, it's Tier 0. And that may be their intent, but they didn't specify either way. They were more talking about and showing the fact that the enemies were on the map. And it would have been good to have a little more clarity there. That's all, really. Well, guys, this show's not going to be particularly long because they haven't released a lot of information and their shows are just starting to ramp up. But I hope you've been enjoying this little extra cast blast that we've been doing. It's little video snippets of when we play Star Citizen and the conversations we have and the goofy crap that goes on and the occasional rap battle.
That was mostly just you, not me.
Yeah, that's true. That was cringy, but you said to leave it in, so,
I did, because the world has to know.
And now they do. And I don't think it's better for it, but, So anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying those, and I just wanted to share the kind of things that we talk about when we play games, because they do kind of, they vary, they go all over the place, but most of the times they are about Star Citizen or other kind of similar games. I thought they might be kind of give you a little bit of insights to the way that Lightning and I think about things, and maybe just kind of take the mystique over, when you do internet videos and things like that, people put you in a box as a persona or whatnot, and I'm basically just trying to step away from that and just be, we can be who we are. And I want to just kind of ramp that down, because we are about, I'd say about a month and a half out from Evo Cati potentially getting hands on the new flight. And that is the number one thing I'm excited for. The number one thing that I've been hoping for. Is going to be a very, very long time between here and there. It's going to feel like forever. Hopefully DCS will release their F-14 between now and then, so that I'll have something really awesome to do. I haven't played DCS for a while because I've been waiting on. Once I bought that plane, I was like, I want that and that only. That's like the thing for me. So anyway, guys, so that's about everything for this week. As always, leave comments down below. How do you feel about the whole radar situation, the whole map showing the enemies on there? Do you think it's a bit too much? Would you like to see them tone that down? I mean, you have your own opinions on that, and maybe my opinion's going to be different in the way you view it, but I'm curious. All right, guys, well, that's everything for this week's incredibly short BlastCast, but as we get more information, we'll talk about more things. We will go ahead and catch you on the next one.
It's cold. I need warmth.
You're not getting it from me.
No. Oh, jeez. Don't go there.